This is Pulse of Africa, the face and voice of Africa. The story of resurgent and burgeoning Africa is here, only on the Pulse of Africa channel. Pulse of Africa, the face and voice of Africa.
Good evening. You're watching Pulse of Africa News live from Addis Ababa, the diplomatic hub of Africa. We bring you the top stories across from the continent. I'm Tensai Gabiao. Stay tuned. We will begin with headlines related to entertainment. Afrobeats heavyweights Wizkid, Burna Boy, and Asake are set to headline the Afro Nation 2026 festival in Portugal. The organizers shared the full lineup on X, showcasing a mix of leading Afrobeats, R&B, dancehall, and Amapiano stars. The organizers wrote alongside the lineup poster, Phase 3 is here. Legacy Energy meets Afro Nation debuts. This is the sound of a summer taking shape. The three-day festival will take place from July 3rd to July 5, 2026 at the Praia de Rocha Beach in Portimao, Portugal. Burna Boy will kick off the event on July 3rd, performing alongside South African star Tyla, followed by Asake on July 4, with Wizkid closing the festival on July 5. The 2026 edition will also feature American R&B singer Kalani and rapper Gunna as special guests. Other Nigerian artists on the bill include Olamide, Young John, Daruku, Wande, Cole, and Mavo. Early access tickets will go on sale on February 5. Afro Nation is a premier annual festival celebrating African music and culture, and the 2026 edition is expected to be bigger than ever. Last year, the organizers featured top Nigerian stars, including Burna Boy, Davido, Tems, and King Madi. Digital content makers from across Africa gathered on Thursday at the African Creators Summit, calling for content creation to be recognized as a full-time work rather than a side hustle. Under the 2026 theme, Building a Sustainable Ecosystem, where Africa trades its swag, more than 2,500 digital creators from 15 countries came together to examine how Africa can turn its cultural capital into income. Participants focused on monetizing what they described as swag, an acronym for sound, walk, attire, and grubs, which they said from the culture pillars behind the continent's growing global influence. Speakers said that this fast-growing creator economy now functions like a full business ecosystem, employing production crews and helping many creators pay bills and build long-term careers. Participants noted that while managing content across multiple platforms requires full commitment, some argue that the workload makes it difficult to combine creation with traditional 9-to-5 jobs. Discussions at the summit also focused on sustainability within the industry, with speakers highlighting different levels of creators and the challenges of moving onto top earning brackets. The African creator economy has grown rapidly in recent years, driven by social media, video streaming, and increased mobile phone use across the continent. Ethiopia's green legacy initiatives are restoring urban parks and expanding green spaces across our cities. Green spaces protect the environment and strengthen healthy, resilient communities. Up the Creek Outdoor Music Festival enters final countdown within just days remaining until the gates open. Scheduled for the 5th to 8th of February 2026 along the scenic Bredi River, and the 4-day open-air event is set to welcome up to 3,000 attendees for one of this summer's most anticipated local music celebrations. Renowned for its authentic, feel-good summer atmosphere, Up the Creek prioritizes genuine connection, discovery, and community over large-scale spectacle. The festival shines on spotlight on South Africa's vibrant local scene, featuring more than 50 homegrown and emerging artists alongside crowd favorites. Performances will take place across 6 unique stages: the main stage, River Stage, Food Court, Jam Van, River Lookout, and Late Night Barn. The full lineup and program have now been officially released, heightening excitement among music lovers. Festival director Caitlin Henley reports that their team is in full delivery mode. We've just confirmed this year's River Stage position, a real highlight. Crews are busy building shower blocks, stages, and marking campsite paths to ensure everything runs smoothly, she said. In a time when shared uplifting experiences matter most, Up the Creek offers the perfect way to dance, discover fresh sounds, and celebrate summer and local culture together in good company. Shifting to today's main news items, a graphite processing plant invested in and built by Chinese-funded enterprise was inaugurated on Friday in the Npepe district of Niassa province in northern Mozambique. At the ceremony, Mozambican President Daniel Francisco Chapo extended greetings to the representatives of the DH Graphite and to the Chinese business community present, commending them for the confidence they have shown in Mozambique and for their concrete commitment to production and local processing. The project was initiated and invested in by the Chinese company Jinan Jiao Group with a total investment of about $150 million. It covers mining, beneficiation, and processing and is designed with an annual capacity of 200,000 tons of graphite. President Chapo said the more than inaugurating a production facility, this occasion celebrates the vision of a country that is moving away from being merely a supplier of raw materials and is instead positioning itself as a producer, processor, and exporter of value-added products. He also emphasized the importance of the project in creating jobs for people, generating income for families, and bringing development to Mozambique. During project implementation, the company invested in the construction of the bridge across the Lurio River in Niassa province and built nearly 100 kilometers of roads connecting the Npepe area to the national trunk transport network. About 100 kilometers of 110 kilovolt power transmission lines were also built to provide stable and reliable electricity for local residents and regional development. Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed met with Yvette Cooper, the UK's Secretary of State for Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Affairs, to discuss important bilateral and regional matters. In a social media post, Prime Minister Abiy stated, "During the meeting, we oversaw the signing of a memorandum of understanding for technical cooperation and public investment and asset management under the Ethiopia Investment Advisory Facility. The two sides also witnessed the conclusion of a joint development agreement for the two vital power transmission projects, the Hiroso Ayasha 400 kilovolt transmission project and the Dagahabur Gebradar 132 kilovolt transmission project." According to the Prime Minister, these agreements mark a significant milestone in deepening cooperation and advancing strategic infrastructure development between Ethiopia and the UK. Moving on to business headlines, DHL Aviation announced that it is adding 2 Boeing 737-400 freighters to its sub-Saharan African network to strengthen its logistics capabilities on the continent. The aircraft was unveiled on the tarmac at Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos, Nigeria, a strategic hub for regional and intercontinental cargo traffic. The company said the planes will shorten transit times and improve delivery reliability, factors that have become increasingly critical for African companies engaged in international trade. The expansion comes as demand for logistics services grows among West African companies, particularly in sectors such as e-commerce, perishable goods, energy, and life sciences and healthcare. E-commerce, in particular, has recorded sustained growth since the COVID-19 pandemic, driven by consumers increasingly shifting online. According to the latest updates from the DHL Global Connectedness Tracker, Sub-Saharan Africa recorded the highest global growth in trade value in the first half of 2025, with an increase of 10% in US dollars. This placed the region ahead of North America at 7% and the combined South America, Central America, and Caribbean region at 5%. Tubani Resources plans to update the mineral resource estimate for its Kobada gold project in Mali in the first half of 2026. The move, announced in January 29 statement, aims to identify additional gold volumes compared with the last estimate released in 2024 as the company advances plans to develop the project into a mine. Our dual tracker exploration strategy at Kobada continues to deliver encouraging results at both surface and depth, said Tubani Resource Managing Director Phil Rousseau. He said that after establishing a significant near-surface oxide gold resource in 2024, largely classified in the high confidence indicated category, the company generated new drill intersections that will be incorporated into the next resource update. According to Rousseau, this should increase oxide gold resources while adding new deposits. The updated estimate will be based on exploration work carried out at the site in recent months. At this stage, the Kobada project hosts total mineral resources of 2.2 million ounces. Tubani plans to develop an open-pit gold mine with an average annual production of about 162,000 ounces over a mine life of 9.2 years. The resource update could help optimize the production profile and provide greater flexibility for sustained operations over time. In parallel, the company plans to launch a new exploration campaign aimed at strengthening the project's medium-term mineral potential. The program is expected to include about 100,000 meters of drilling during the 2026 financial year, although the investment amount has not yet been disclosed. At the same time, the Tubani continues efforts to raise the $216 million required to build the mine, including through a financing agreement announced this week's with Coris Bank. Finally, to sports. Michael Kuka, affectionately known as Lumumba, experienced a moment of a lifetime when he was officially honored as the biggest fan of the AFCON 2025. The recognition came from none other than Rachid Agassim, ambassador of Morocco to the DRC, who personally presented him with a priceless piece of football history. Lumumba received the iconic jersey worn by Zaire during the 1974 World Cup, a gift that left him both humbled and overjoyed. For a man whose love for the game has always been pure and unwavering, this first ever award was a surreal validation of his passion and dedication. Reflecting on the occasion, Lumumba described it as a proof that destiny has a plan. What began as a lifelong admiration for football transformed into public recognition, a moment he never imagined but will cherish forever, a reminder that dedication and love for the beautiful game never go unnoticed. Now let's check out the latest weather forecast across the continent. That is all for this hour. Next up is our weekly show, African Melody. We hope you'll watch and stay and watch. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you.
The All Africa Music Awards, or AFRIMA, is a premier Pan-African annual music awards event established in collaboration with the African Union to celebrate and reward musical talents, creativity, and cultural heritage across the African continent. AFRIMA stands for the All Africa Music Awards. It recognizes diverse musical genres, promoting African music globally. Hello viewers, this is African Melody on Pulse of Africa. Enjoy our program, which is going to praise Afrima 2026. Make your choice, Pulse of Africa. Afrima is generally considered as the most prestigious music award on the continent. It's established in 2014 and organized by the International Committee, Afrima, in partnership with the African Union Commission. Afrima aligns with the AU Agenda 2063, which sought to promote culture as a driver of economic growth. The Afrima International Committee is a group of music professionals and other prominent African stakeholders. The International Committee, alongside the African Union Commission, organizes the annual Afrima Awards, which recognize the best African talent and diverse musical genres from every corner of the continent. In its recognition of excellence, Afrima awards African musicians, producers, songwriters, and video directors across over 30 categories. It covers various genres, including traditional, contemporary, and hip-hop. The awards aim to foster unity, peace, and integration across Africa by bringing together artists and delegates from all 5 regions: North, South, East, West, and Central, as well as the diaspora.
Now, let's move to the entertainment news. Grammys to honor Fela Kuti with 2026 Lifetime Achievement Award. The Afrobeat pioneer will be recognized alongside Whitney Houston, Chaka Khan, Cher, and Paul Simon, marking another major Grammy recognition for the late Nigerian icon and his global legacy. Afrobeat pioneer Fela Anikulapo Kuti is set to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award at the 2026 Grammy Awards. Kuti will be bestowed this honor alongside other international heavyweights, including Whitney Houston, Chaka Khan, Cher, and Paul Simon. In an official statement on the matter, Harvey Mason, General CEO of the Recording Academy, describes the honorees as the extraordinary group whose influence spans generations, genres, and the very foundation of modern music. Although Fela didn't win a Grammy during his lifetime, he has received numerous posthumous awards for his expansive contributions to the global music. Most notably, his 1976 album Zombie was endorsed in the 2025 Grammy Hall of Fame. Let me take you back to the main program. The scope of the award covers various genres and awards for both established and emerging artists from all over the continent. It features multiple days of events, including talent, discovery, concerts, and the award ceremony itself. The 2026 All-Africa Music Awards, Afrima, is the 9th edition of the award, and it's a single week-long event that takes place once, featuring multiple days of activities. The 2026 event in Nigeria, Lagos, included a welcome soiree, the Diamond Showcase, the Africa Music Business Summit, the Music Village Concert, and the nominees or industry part. Beyond just an award show, Afrima includes the Africa Music Business Summit and the Music Village, a concert featuring performances designed to stimulate the continent's music economy and boost tourism. In addition to celebrating African musical, cultural, and creative talent, Afrima is standing to acting as a cultural checkpoint for the industry's growth. And that's why Afrima is designed to celebrate Unstoppable Africa by elevating African talent on the global stage.
Winners are presented with a 23.9 karat gold-plated trophy in the form of a djembe drum and a microphone, symbolizing the fusion of traditional African culture and modern musical technology. Nigerian artists dominated the 9th All-African Music Awards, Afrima 2026, held in January 2026, with Rema emerging as the biggest winner by securing Artist of the Year and Best Male Artist in West Africa. Burna Boy won Album of the Year for No Sign of Weakness, while Shali Poppy's Laho took Song of the Year. At the 9th All Africa Music Awards, AFRIMA, several Ethiopian artists achieved major recognition, highlighting the country's growing influence in the continental music scene. Key winners include Wiha for Best African Dance Choreography, Veronica Adana for Best Female Artist in African Inspirational Music, and Gutu Aberra for Best African Jazz. That's all for today's African Melody. Next, we will meet with another topic. Thank you for watching and goodbye.